Lights are flashing, hearts are beating on the dance floor. We are meeting, equal rights. We're all the same. Love unites us. Feel the flame, breaking barriers, spreading love. Together we rise above. Hand in hand, we take a stand. In this world, love commands. Celebrate, celebrate, equality and love. Celebrate, celebrate, everybody rise above. Come on, come on. Echoes of freedom, let's rejoice. Join the rhythm, hear the voice. Hearts shout, feel the beat. Together, love is sweet. Unity in every way. Celebrate, let's sway. Every heart, every soul. Love will make us whole. Celebrate, celebrate, equality and love. Celebrate, celebrate, everybody rise above. Come on, come on, come on. Echoes of freedom, let's rejoice. Join the rhythm, hear the voice. Hearts shout, feel the beat. Together, love is sweet. Unity in every way. Celebrate, let's sway. Every heart, every soul. Love will make us whole. Celebrate, celebrate, equality and love. Celebrate, celebrate, everybody rise above. Come on, come on, come on. Echoes of freedom, let's rejoice. Join the rhythm, hear the voice. Hearts shout, feel the beat. Together, love is sweet. Lights are flashing, hearts are beating on the dance floor. We are meeting, equal rights. We're all the same. Love unites us. Feel the flame, breaking barriers, spreading love. Together we rise above. Hand in hand, we take a stand. In this world, love commands. Celebrate, celebrate, equality and love. Celebrate, celebrate, everybody rise above. Come on, come on. Echoes of freedom, let's rejoice. Join the rhythm, hear the voice. Hearts shout, feel the beat. Together, love is sweet. Unity in every way. Celebrate, let's sway. Every heart, every soul. Love will make us whole. Celebrate, celebrate, equality
What the heck was that? That was the world's most sloppiest cold open. All right, everybody, how's it going? How's it going? Getting that house sound down. So yeah, I want to show you something real quick here. It's a good reference. I'm getting all my royalty-free music from YouTube, because I was like, like royalty for, royalty-free, this, that, no copyright, and I was getting flagged on YouTube. So I went to YouTube Music, and I found some resources that were royalty free. So I've got some rock and roll and some meditation music, so I'm all set up. The only caveat is commercials. So when I went to it from the cold open, it was like cotton stuck in this commercial. Anyways, so yeah, what you guys just saw there. Let me get some meditation, some chill music going on here. Get ready for a commercial. Here it comes. All right. Royalty free. Yeah, much better. So what you saw there in the cold open, let me see. Do I have the actual, can I possibly do this? Okay, so we're gonna see if I can pull this off. Alright, it looks like I'm gonna be able to pull this off. So this here, as soon as this commercial ends. Alright, so this is the part of the proposal that was rejected. So I'm making this proposal for this mural in this super pain in the neck DEI community, and it was inconceivable for me because they're so freaky in this community about the whole gay pride DEI thing, that if I really did my job and gave homage to what they felt strongly about, I didn't think it was going to be, compared to the other artwork that's up there. I thought it was a slam dunk. And it wasn't until I talked to a member of the community that says, dude, you don't have a snowball. It was his words like exactly. You don't have a snowball's chance in hell. This image, she's too white, too sexy, and she's too pro-Israel, right? Marlene Dietrich her face will never get shown in this community. And so I was just like, are you kidding me? Anyways, so this metro, right? So what we have is the green line, and it's a straight shot from the western suburbs, right between Sears Tower and the John Hancock. And it is a straight line along the 42nd parallel. And so I took this idea of the image of Marlene Dietrich and all of her white, sexy, pro-Jewish self, and I imagined what it would be like if we took her image and went around the world along the 42nd parallel, and to imagine where this image might be received around the world. And that kind of got me thinking more and sort of coalescing my ideas around what I was doing in terms of this artwork. And what I realized is that the whole anti-Semitic river to the sea business that happened after the October 7th attacks, all this like rabid, almost freakish anti-Semitism, and trying to mold the Jewish culture into the toxic white male colonialist male sort of sandbox. I was just like, this is just so stupid, so historically inaccurate, that it's just impossible to not go after it, to make a statement. And so as I began to distill my thoughts and ideas, I began to, I've got lots of Jewish friends, and within the American Jewish culture, they are very, they're not, you don't really hear a lot of chest thumping about the Jewish contribution to Hollywood. Like the diversity and the inclusion of black jazz musicians and women and gay playwrights and whatever. That whole inclusivity thing was pioneered by the American Jewish culture. And really, the golden age of cinema and that inclusiveness and that diversity transformed the world. And this video, it's a 42nd parallel, kind of shows like how diverse, just along a straight line, the world is, and how important the American golden age of cinema was to us maturing as human beings. And so the American Jewish culture through Hollywood really changed the world and really helped us grow up. And so there's this, if you look at Hollywood through an anti-Semitic lens, like, oh, the Jewish culture went in there and they manipulated and they got in there and took control. And my position is there can be nothing further from the truth. Nobody says, oh, the Italians came in, they manipulated the pizza thing and they took over the pizza. No, pizza is a part Italian cuisine is a part of the Italian culture. And this inclusiveness and this diversity is a part of the Jewish culture, and they fed a worldwide hunger that wanted cool black music, that wanted strong images, sexy images, glamorous images of women, and what the American Jewish culture provided is something that a Islamic fundamentalist executive producer could have never in a million years greenlit. The Puritan Christian executive producer would have never signed off on Some Like It Hot, so on and so forth. And so what I'm doing is I'm creating art, portraitures, art in a Louvre-inspired method that I've developed over the years, studying at the Louvre. Like right here, right? This is like 1930. Look at that. Yeah, baby. Give her a big old smooch. I'm sorry, I'm talking to myself here. Where were we? On my own. Mwah! It's like 1938. That's like a huge sexual revolution on a screen that's 30 feet tall. So all right. And so by creating these portraits, right? So you've got Picasso and Basquiat or whatever. I was watching some videos like, do you have anger in your artwork? And Basquiat goes, yeah, of course I got anger in my whatever. Also, you hang up his arms like, oh, this black dude was angry. Whatever. Okay, with the art that I'm creating, when you hang it up, you're going to be able to say, do you know what this artwork represents? It represents a celebration of the American Jewish culture and how through the golden age of Hollywood, the diversity and inclusion baked into the Jewish culture was able to express itself and to fill the hearts and minds of a worldwide audience. It fed a worldwide hunger to be accepting and to be mature and to be excited about sexy, glamorous women and so on and so forth. And so that's what this campaign, Stars of David. And so each time I say hello, I am giving a discount for as long as the live stream is on. We've got about 40 minutes. You just go right here to this QR code that you see, and it'll bring you to this website. And so I'm selling prints of these portraits, and we're in the age of common sense. So I'm not pricing my portraits like some sort of ridiculous goofball. My museum quality heirloom prints are $1 a centimeter squared. Okay, Picasso's 10,000 centimeter squared. Picasso's $10,000 a centimeter squared. My prints are $1 a centimeter squared, and while we are together, they're half price. They're 50 cents a centimeter squared. Now, for the story that I'm telling, that is not just a deal, that is a steal, baby. That's not a deal, that's a steal. And so my paintings, right, my paintings themselves are My paintings are $9 a centimeter squared. Picasso's $10,000. I paint better than Picasso, so it's still a deal. I'm $9 a centimeter squared black and white, $12 a centimeter squared color, and my history as a painter sort of has its roots in Paris. In Paris, I'm as close to a royal court painter as an American can get. And that's that story, which I'll talk about later. But all right. Yeah, baby. So, okay, what I want to show you. Yeah. And so I'm going to be creating a series on Marlene Dietrich just to stick it in the face of all these queers for Palatine and a whole bunch of goofballs, because my job in life is to try to elicit this reaction. All right? That's what we're trying to do with my art. What am I trying to say with my art? I'm trying to say this. That's right. Marlene Dietrich, oh, she's so white. Oh my God, she's so white. She's so sexy. She's so pro-Israel. All right? You get it? That's what we're trying to do with my art. And so for the patrons of my artwork and the collectors, that is the story that I'm telling with my art, where you bring somebody in and says, this portrait represents a celebration of the power of the American Jewish culture and how they changed the frickin' world. And this artist is saying that all of those queer for Palestine, river to the sea idiots were just a bunch of not that they're necessarily bad as much as they are stupid and uneducated and ignorant, not in an ignorant like they're being disrespectful ignorant, even though they are. They're being just stupid ignorant, like lack of information ignorant, like not even knowing what river or what sea that they're talking about. You know what I'm saying? That type of ignorance. And so my paintings represent a mastery of technique, a shout out to history, and a celebration of how the American Jewish executive changed the frickin' world. All right? And so each time we get together, I kind of show you an update here. All right? So we're going to talk about our 60-second atelier. What do you say? We can get an applause for the 60-second atelier. Here we go. All right. Okay, man, how does it not get any cooler than that? All right, so I'm not Jackson Pollock. I'm not Basquiat, whatever that goofball's name is, or Picasso. I'm not this dude who walks around in his pajamas and throws paint on the floor, all right? I'm an artisan. and I'm organized, and that's how I'm able to produce this broadcast, right? With all of the, oh, river to the sea. Oh, are you oppressed by the Jewish culture? Right? All right. I've got some nice quality music. I've got my hand claps. I'm putting on a professional broadcast. And I am painting like frickin' Velasquez. All right? That takes discipline. You don't do that in your pajamas eating uncooked spaghetti, smoking blunts at 10 o'clock in the morning, all right? Doesn't happen that way. Alrighty. So, where were we? Okay, yeah. I lost my, there we go. So we're here. Yeah, alright, I remember where we were. Let me call up my good old, source image. Okay. May take a sec, because we are got a lot of things open. And so my source image is there we go. There he is. Alright. Oops. Where is it? There he is. Okay. So I can don't save. Okay, get out of here. Alright. So now I can go like this and go like this. Alrighty. And as we've talked before, with this method, you want to, let me get this. How's that look? Okay. You start upside down, all right? And the reason why you start upside down, oops. Is because you want to destroy. And this is where the mindfulness comes in. When you destroy the image, the face, it's freedom. All right, there we go. All right. So first we start out like this. I talk a lot about this in the website, and if you go here, you can catch the website. Go ahead and screenshot that so you can get to it later on. And by doing it like that, it's location, tone, and location. Here we got our commercial. Yeah, all right. Now I don't have the. Okay, so now I can
with our Ellington dining set.
Go like that. The volume. The volume is covered. I can't see the volume.
Only $12.99.
So, all right. So let's see if I can bring down the. There we go. Let it run its course. That's hilarious. Anyways, so yeah. Is it over? There we go. All right. By doing it like this, we are removing as much as we can this idea that we're painting a very glamorous movie star. And if you're doing like a commission, you might, I see this all the time. Like if you look at Hillary Clinton's portrait, presidential portrait, you can see the artist. He's kind of loose around like her clothing, but in her face he tightens up. I'll show it to you guys next time. And his ego got a hold of him, and because he works so hard and so long on making her lips, so Hillary's lips and her nose, and I want to make it perfect. You know, those perfectionists do. I want to make it perfect. It's about not making the lips perfect. It's not about making the nose perfect. So the owner of those lips and those nose will be like, "Oh, you're so great. Oh my God." It's not about that. It's about making, let's see, where are we? Here we are. It's about making the shapes relative to each other perfect in location and tone, and the rest, it takes care of itself, people. So, okay, let's see here. Can I bring it back a little bit? So here's my tones. I put a piece of saran wrap over it, and this will stay for about a week like this. See? And I've got the canvas board locked to the easel, and I just keep it one size because, let's reduce all the ego trips that we can. Who cares what the size is? You're making a statement. You're trying to get things done in a busy life, in a busy day, and this is good enough. If it's good enough this is about the size of a album. If it's good enough for a Beatles album, right? It's good enough for me. Can I get an applause? So it's about the size of record album, and that size was worth like $500 billion over the decades. So the size is already a good size. And so what I'm up to now, let's see if I can show. I'm having so much fun here, man. There's absolutely no reason to get as detailed as I'm getting, other than the fact that it is so much fun to bring this together. And what's crazy about this particular painting is that right there is the darkest dark of the painting. Everything else, all right, so that's the darkest dark of the palette. Everything else has to be expressed lower than this. If it's not, this will not be as brilliant and as wonderful as it can be. And so we come to here and we just bring it more light in, right? And we want to, when we're working on our subject, we want to come back like this, squint the eyes, not like this, and then you don't get the little crow's feet, man, just like this. Look, more look than put, kind of assess the situation, then approach the canvas with courage and make your move. Hold on one sec. All right. And So where are we? Okay, yes, at the very end you can turn it right side up. And I'm going to do one more of Marlene Dietrich, and then I'm going to start some new paintings probably tomorrow with some new subjects that should be pretty controversial. We're going for it, people. Just wait till you see what I come up with. We're really gonna get a whole bunch of this. I'm telling you. You have to. Okay, so where were we? All right. Yes, the brooch. Okay, so as you can see here, can you see my, okay, that loveliness to get these sparkles sparkling, this has to be, wherever you see a sparkle, you see darkness. The darkness is what makes the sparkle sparkle. So right underneath all of these, let's see if we can get out of the okay, let's see if we get out of the screen share. How do I do? I gotta X. Okay, there we go. So if we go like this, all right. So do you see all those accents? You see my cursor? You see all those accents? And right behind these streaks of light are the darkest dark of the. It's darker here than it is in here. This is just under this tonal view here, and you can see these expressions of dark supporting the lightest light. And so you don't have to go there, because nobody's going to be like, oh, you didn't put that little accent there, therefore your painting sucks. No one's going to say that. But it's just so much fun and so relaxing. It's something where you're just turning off your mind, right? And because you keep it upside down and you work hard to destroy the fact that it's a face, you're just looking to find out where that tonal value is, how dark or how light is it, and then you're just looking for where it is on the canvas. And if you are unsure, there's a grid on that you can bring up. All right, where's the grid? All right, so I don't know if you can see, there's a grid there. So if you're unsure, you can just be like, where is it, man? Come on, let me see where it is. And that's another good thing about having a standardized size, is because it makes measurement so much more easier. And where am I? I keep hitting the wrong thing here. Yeah, okay. So this will be a print pretty soon. I like to also render the back with gold leaf around my logo, so on and so forth. So the back of the painting has value just like the back of an album cover. All right, and so the poster, the print, the heirloom print will have the same back and front. So it's going to be a challenge for us to find a solution where you have a frame that you can turn around, right? And you can see the name and the name of the person who purchased it, the serial number, and all of that. Wonderful stuff. And so that's kind of the story. Now, is that story worth $1 a centimeter squared? I think it is. Is it worth 50 cents a centimeter squared? A story that celebrates not just in a throwing paint at the floor type of way, not in a smoking a blunt at 10:30 in the morning type of way, but in a very time-honored, realistic tradition that goes back centuries, that was inspired in the Louvre, and saying, you know what, I'm taking all of that energy and all of that work and study and discipline and pointing it at this Stars of David campaign. I don't know how long I will be providing sort of artistic, how long I'll be adding to this collection. It's pretty formidable as it is. I'm having a lot of fun doing it. I'm having a lot of fun irritating people by my support of the Jewish culture and with my support of Israel. It gives me so much pleasure to see these people freaking out online. And then for the person who is able to have one of these pieces of art in their home, they get to, in a very private, because it's not apparent that this image tells this story. It's not apparent unless you know that she gave something like $400,000 or $900,000 in 1930s money to rescue people who are being persecuted by the Nazis, right? So you have all of these college kids with their signs, dressed up in their tablecloth outfits, going, "River to the sea, queers for Palestine." Hey man, why don't you take your college tuition, your measly 80 grand or whatever it is, and go rescue some Palestinians, right? So she put her money where her mouth was. She went after I think even during the Battle of the Bulge, when the American forces have landed in Normandy and then started to make their way towards the German border, she was there in the foxholes, catching pneumonia, almost dying. Patton gave her a gun. And he says, if you get overrun, right, before they capture you, before they kill you, Patton said, shoot a couple of the bastards. All right? She, through her defense as being a German citizen who emigrated to America, her defense of the Jewish people and her work, because the Nazis recruited her, right? She was giving medals of honor in France, in Israel, in America, and when she looked back at this point in her life with like a greater sort of fondness than her celebrated. She was like Kim Kardashian of her time. And so that story is in this image. And within her story is the fact that she was this gender bending worldwide phenomenon that was put on the screen and distributed and produced by a Hollywood administration that had many executive producers who were of the American Jewish culture. She was a product. Her celebrity was a product of the American Jewish executive producers that got her on the screen. And so that's the type of art I'm interested in. When you can bring somebody into your home and you can say, this image means that American Jews rock. They rock the world. The American Jewish culture rocked the freaking world. Gave everybody the opportunity to think like an adult instead of some tribal, ridiculous goofball, you know? And so that story and that plus the quality of the image done in a chiaroscuro, Caravaggio, Velasquez, Rembrandt, they're all of those old masters are making the same choices in terms of tone and placement that we're making here. All right. And so this is sort of a pre-launch of the Stars of David campaign. Part of the first, most difficult part was to kind of set these broadcasts up so I'm able to move around, have decent music, have a laugh or two. And to, stuff like getting this QR code, that was like, man, it's actually so easy to do, but it was so intimidating. Like, what's involved in this QR code business, man? So that is where we're at. And let me see, where are we? Okay, I know where we are. We are at the point where we're going to, I'm so glad we had this time together. Okay. Now we're gonna tear down the 60-second atelier. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. That's my computer screen. This is the YouTube music, the music that we're listening to. This is Restream. Here's my source image. This is OBS that has the scene changes and the hand claps and stuff like that. And this is the mixer where I'm able to mix the microphone. I've got some noise reduction here, and I'm able to route everything so I can hear it and you can hear me, and everything is wonderful. All right. Good enough. So leave. Don't be afraid. Leave your comments and questions in the chat. And if you're interested in upgrading your webinar, your live feed, right? You want some tips, you want some pointers, come and talk to me with a few adjustments, because right now I have a broadcast television background, so I would say 90% of what I see out there, horrific, unprofessional. Is that how you want to be seen? Okay, I'm here. All right. I've got awesome stereo sound. My voice is in mono. All right. I've got an applause track, a laugh track. All right. I've got an intro. I've got an outro. I've got a banner with a scroll. This is not something I invented. This has been part of broadcast television for decades. I'm bringing broadcast television to LinkedIn live stream, to YouTube live stream. So a lot of kids out there creating a lot of content that is designed to be wonderful, engaging, eye candy brilliance. This is more straightforward, looking to, right? Let's see if I can do it here. Looking to bring different images so we can sort of take a look without the music of the. This was part of the. Be good if I could talk. It was part of the mural proposal. And so that's the QR code for the website. The offer ends when this broadcast ends. 50% off, 50 cents a centimeter squared instead of $1 a centimeter squared. Imagine that gorgeous image in your home on the wall. Oh, wow, that's so beautiful. Where'd you get that? And then you get to say, this image represents how the American Jewish culture, along with the golden age of cinema, saved the frickin' world. Brought to a bunch of tribal backwoods, bunch of European morons. Oh, did he say that? Whoa. So think of it, right? That image of Marlene Dietrich. Would it be accepted in a wall there in Serbia? How about Bulgaria? How about Georgia or the south of Russia? Maybe in the south of Russia. In Georgia? Maybe. Is Russia and is Georgia more culturally advanced than this little DEI crap hole of a community that refused my proposal? Uzbekistan. You think Marlene Dietrich would be accepted there? right there, right there. They're washing their clothes or their faces or whatever. Would her image be accepted there? Right? North Korea, Marlene Dietrich, North Korea. Well, you know where definitely that image would reign supreme is right on the wall of somebody who wants to tell this story, who will just have parties just so they can say, do you know what this portrait represents? All right. So, I got another 3-4 hours ahead of me. Making the phone calls, getting out the word. See that 42nd parallel? Would movie stars even be accepted today? Huh? In some parts of the world? Think about it. All right. Cool, man. One of these days, the cold open will be nice and smooth, I promise. And once again, if you need help on your transmission so it doesn't look horrific in Baltics, oh my god. People with this chroma key screen, it's cutting their face off. Sound that's horrific. Going, share the screen share. The screen share. I can't put it on the screen. Sharing the screen. How do screen? Broadcast television, baby. It's not that hard. It's been around for almost a century now. When's the rest of the... Come on, kids. Your phone videos are really nice, you know? All right. I think we're good here. So leave your questions and comments in the chat. We'll see you next time. All right. Take care.